So, if comics are famous for one thing, outside of superheroes and the eternal conflict between good and evil, it's female characters, whose beauty and physical attributes have no comparison, especially on the front, if you get what I mean. And when it comes to those physical assets, no one comes close to today's subject, who, sorry Power Girl, but happens to have the largest upper torso in comics, at least for a human, but who also offers more than meets the eye. Created by the one and only Joe Mad, Red Monika is by far one of the most physically exaggerated characters. And when it comes to comics, well, that's saying something. Beautiful, dangerous, and tougher than you would expect, Red Monika is by far the most popular and remembered character from the Battle Chasers, a comic that has surprisingly resonated well with comic fans for far longer than anyone expected, despite the lack of material. Standing with only 12 issues as of right now, and having started on 1998, Battle Chasers is a bit of an anomaly, as highly successful franchises that for some reason don't continue or never capitalize on their success are pretty much unheard of. But regardless, Red Monika was inspired by two famous redheads, the beautiful she-devil with a sword Red Sonja, and the cartoon bombshell who isn't bad, just drawn that way, Jessica Rabbit. Monika is the perfect example of a good girl gone bad. A jaded young woman who gives in to her desires, living above the law, with a freedom that very few characters dare to experience. Very much like a certain gal we all love. Monika is a bounty hunter / pirate / femme fatale and adventurer who lives by her own set of rules, with little to no regard for the law or danger. As long as there's a profit, of course. Now, despite her exaggerated physique, Monika is quite fast and strong, as well as proficient in combat, showing a particular shine for knives and other sharp weapons. She is also exceptionally good with firearms, rarely missing a target. So all of these skills make Monika one of the most effective bounty hunters. And okay, sure, comics have a lot of tough women with large upper torsos and backsides, which usually makes a lot of people frown. But in reality, there's a lot more to these characters than the size of their body parts, at least for the most part. Now, I've said this before and I'm sure I'll say it again, but a character's attractiveness should never be seen as an obstacle, for one good reason. It's designed to catch your eye and draw you in. And just as some readers, myself included, find Nightwing to be quite a hunk, others will fancy different type of characters. And if you don't find her appealing, then she was likely not made for you. Think of it this way. A character's spice appeal is their sales pitch. It's supposed to look good so it makes you want to know more. And once you give the character a chance, it's up to the writer to catch you or lose you entirely. So it's all fair game. Now, there's a certain similarity with the dynamic between Monika and Garrison, the main character from Battle Chasers, and Catwoman and Batman from DC Comics. Because just like DC's most famous couple, Garrison and Monika are physically formidable adventures with larger-than-life personalities and body parts. Like Batman, Garrison has a strong sense of right and wrong, while Monika has a very Selena Kyle personality and way of doing things. She's no stranger to using her physique to gain advantage, and lives for the thrill as well as a profit. Now, please excuse me for what I'm about to say, but being from Latin America, Red Monika has always reminded me of Sabrina Sabrok, the Argentinian gal from Mexican TV with the largest upper torso I have ever seen on someone, and perhaps the closest to Red Monika humans can get. Now, please be careful if you actually dare to search for Sabrina online, because she's quite controversial. From mental breakdowns to alleged possessions by ancient demons, to abandoning her daughter with special needs, to becoming an adult performer, and finally joining the Church of the Bad Guys. So yeah, Sabrina is quite the gal. Now, going back to Monika. Despite her enormous popularity with comic book fans, there isn't really much Red Monika merchandise out there, save for a statue or some posters. But she's one of those characters who desperately needs to have an action figure or something else, like a plushie. In the end, Monika is a product of its time, and it's a bit harsh to disregard her as trash, like some people like to do. When in reality, if you take her large upper torso aside, there's at least an attempt at a character with an actual personality, not to mention badassery. In fact, about this, Joe Matt admitted that Monika's look was deliberately scandalous, stating that he wanted to make her the baddest of comic bad girls, and that even though her proportions were exaggerated, it was done deliberately to poke fun at how women are portrayed in comics. I mean, you don't get many comic book characters who resemble the women from those terrible Mexican TV shows. And that goes without saying that her look and design are quite memorable, regardless of whether someone likes her or not. And thus, she has become one of those characters that stays in your memory. Not to mention she's actually really fun to draw. Just ask the countless artists who have done thousands of Red Monika fanarts. But what about you, dear viewer? What do you think of this? On which side of Red Monika do you stand? Do you like her, or do you find her offensive? Please remember to be respectful even when you disagree with someone in the comments. There's no need to be trashy or mean. But regardless, as always, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Be safe and well. And remember that it's not the size of the seed that matters, but what rises from it.